My smartwatch has been on my wrist for nearly 4 years, and recently I've come to the conclusion it has a negative impact on my life. Lately, I've been putting a tremendous amount of energy into improving my mental health, and back when I got this watch, I thought it would do just that. One of the main benefits of a smartwatch is being able to see what a notification is on your wrist rather than having to pick up your phone and risk getting sucked into the dopamine black hole. According to this article, quote, receiving negative or upsetting messages can lead to mood disturbances while positive messages can improve mood. Over time, the constant dopamine release associated with notifications can lead to addictive behaviors where individuals feel compelled to check their phones even when they don't want to. End quote. Sounds awfully familiar, doesn't it? So even with the benefits of the watch, notifications are still having a negative impact on my brain regardless. And in reality, anytime I get a notification, I immediately pick up my phone, meaning the watch has just furthered technology's grip around me. The smartwatch has inched us that much closer to becoming legitimate cyborg, and picking up my phone more than I already am is deteriorating away at my improved mental health goal. According to an article published by Curious, quote, excessive screen usage can also lead to problems in social emotional development, including obesity, sleep disturbances, depression, and anxiety. It can impair emotional comprehension, promote aggressive behavior, and hinder social and emotional competence. That article is a great read. They mention ways to alleviate excessive use. One of the main ways they mentioned is abstinence, an idea with a history of success. But I decided to give it a shot, something achievable. I tried to not look at my phone for the first 30 minutes of my day, and I have been trying for months. I've just recently gotten to the point where it does not induce a creeping yet overwhelming sense of anxiety for those first 30 minutes. But enough talk about the phone. In this case, using it is just a symptom of the watch. When I bought this Series 6 Apple Watch, I was hoping it would help increase my productivity by allowing me to pull out my phone less, see whether notifications are important, being able to respond to notifications without needing to use my phone, like texting on the watch, for example, being able to check the weather, check my to-do list and mark things as done, check my calendar, check the stock market, use a calculator. They don't even let you wear one when you're taking tests, so there's really no point. But the vast majority of those are significantly more challenging to do on the watch. Pulling your phone out just makes more sense, and it seems like every time the phone comes out, 30 minutes just magically disappear. Now, with my expectations out of the way, in reality, over the past 4 years of my day-to-day life, I use the Apple Watch to check the time, surprise, right? Check the date, check the weather, check notifications, especially messages. I have seldom used the watch to respond, as it makes more sense to just pull your phone out, which kind of defeats one of the big benefits I thought of in my head with the watch. But because we text in hieroglyphs, responding on the watch really is not doable if you want to get it done in under 30 minutes. Time myself at the gym, on a plank, for example, track my runs, and on the physical exercise note, this is where the Apple Watch really does shine. It is jam-packed full of really useful exercise tools, but for someone like myself who only lifts weights and runs occasionally, the vast majority just do not benefit me. A Coros watch would be able to do every exercise-related thing I use the Apple Watch for, and more accurately. Specifically, more accurately track my runs, and it comes with a 17-day battery life while coming in at half the cost of the Apple Watch. Then I check my notifications while I'm swimming, kayaking, or doing anything where my phone needs to be in a waterproof box. This is great in case there's an emergency, but it really does prevent you from truly relaxing, especially when you remember you have over $400 strapped to your wrist, and Apple Watches sure are common in those diving videos. Seems like a small amount of what the watch has to offer is really being used here, right? Yes, in reality, I am not going to use the walkie-talkie function in my day-to-day life, but some of those features I mentioned are so convenient that when I forget my watch, it makes a noticeable difference. The main one being the weather. Being able to check the weather on your wrist may be the coolest thing I have ever done. A lot of the features I use daily are present on not so smart watches. The only way I have found to successfully use the watch to decrease my screen time is by physically setting my phone in another room of the house or turning on Do Not Disturb. But when you turn on Do Not Disturb, it removes one of the main benefits of the watch, being able to use the watch to get notifications without looking at your phone. And even with Do Not Disturb on, I find myself instinctually checking my notifications. But I think smartwatches are a testament to our technological fortitude as a species. Far gone are the days of sending a pigeon out the window and hoping that it makes its way to its destination, or having a guy run 26 miles to deliver a message, then literally dying. And now I can tell Siri to send texts on my Omnitrix. we truly have evolved as a species. Through a combination of built-in do not disturb features and self-discipline, a smartwatch should help the user better focus on the task at hand and ultimately spend less time on their phone, right? However, in practice, I think the ever-present nature of the smartwatch is to the detriment of being able to focus and live a balanced life. It stops you from living in the moment and feeds an already chronic notification addiction by forcing you to always be connected. But I hear you. You have one on your wrist right now. Well, almost 4 years ago, I bought it thinking it would help increase my productivity and decrease time on my phone. Yet here we are 3 years too late for a return and an 8-hour screen time daily average. Granted, this may pertain mainly to younger generations like myself, as people of other generations seem to have more self-control and a better ability to stay focused. One of the main reasons I got the watch was to help me be more productive, but I feel it has had the inverse effect. This is from the perspective of a young person who is trying to quell an addiction to their phone and learn how to better live in the moment. If you are a professional with the self-discipline to set your phone down and focus on getting work done or live in the moment no matter what, and you have the money to put towards a watch like this, then by all means, you probably won't be disappointed with your purchase. Do I hate smartwatches? No, I think the Apple Watch is an intuitively built, conveniently programmed, and elegantly designed device that dominates the smartwatch industry, rightfully so. For my mental health and productivity, I just think I'm better off without it.